Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like you were walking on eggshells? Like, no matter how much effort you put in, it was never enough. I've been there. I've lost myself in relationships just to be liked, to be chosen, to keep things from falling apart. But here is what I have learned. If you don't respect yourself first, no relationship will respect you either. Today, I want to man, about something we don't talk about enough: self respect, especially in relationships. We are often told to be strong, be tough, or don't be too emotional. But real self respect, it is not about acting hard, it is about standing tall, even when it is uncomfortable. It looks like saying no to things that drain you, walking away from a relationship that chips away at your peace, speaking your truth, even if it means risking rejection. I once kept chasing a woman who never really valued me. I would text first, adjust my schedule, avoid conflict, all just to keep her around. But every time I compromised my values, I felt smaller, like a watered down version of myself. And eventually I had to face it. If I didn't respect myself, I was teaching her that she didn't have to either. You might think being nice is enough to keep a woman. It is not. What actually keeps the right woman around is a man who knows his worth. Here is why self respect is essential. It filters out the wrong people. When you hold your ground, you stop attracting drama and start attracting maturity. It creates real emotional safety. Being honest about what you feel and need isn't weak, it is leadership. And trust, that only happens when both people feel secure. It protects you from losing yourself. Because a man without self respect, he will bend over backward, lose sleep, abandon his purpose just to get temporary affection. But long term, that always ends in burnout or bitterness. Let's talk about boundaries. If self respect is the engine, boundaries are the wheels. They keep you moving forward without being run over. Here is what strong boundaries sound like. I'm not okay with being yelled at during arguments. I need space when I am overwhelmed. It is how I reset. If trust is broken, we rebuild it or we move on. And here is the truth: you don't need to explain your boundaries to people who respect you. You only explain them once. The rest is enforcement. Remember this line: people don't remember what you say, they remember what you allow. As men, many of us were taught to give, fix, provide, and sometimes that leads us to believe we have to tolerate everything or we are somehow less of a man. That is a lie. Saying I matter too doesn't make you selfish, it makes you healthy. Because when you take care of your emotional and mental space, you stop coming from a place of lack. You stop chasing love and you start choosing love. That is the difference between a boy and a man. A boy begs to be loved, a man chooses love that respects who he is. You don't need to become arrogant or distant or emotionally unavailable. You just need to build these three things. Self reflection. Ask yourself, what are my non negotiables in a relationship? Where have I been ignoring my own needs? What patterns keep repeating and why? Knowing yourself is half the battle. Self care isn't soft, it is strategic. Hit the gym, read more, get around high value people, fuel your mind, body, and purpose. Because that is how you stay centered when relationships get emotional. Speak like a leader. Assertive doesn't mean aggressive. Say what you mean what you say, and don't let silence be your default. Instead of ghosting or sulking, say, I need a partner who is emotionally available. If we are not on the same page, let's be honest, not pretend. Listen, being a man doesn't mean ignoring your emotions. It means learning to own them. And owning your self respect is the greatest flex of all. Because when you respect yourself, you walk differently. You speak with more clarity. You stop begging for love and you start commanding it by who you are. So ask yourself, what are you tolerating today that a man with self respect wouldn't? Change that, and everything else will follow. Like this, if it made you reflect. Drop a comment. What is one boundary you are learning to uphold as a man? Subscribe for more real, no bullshit videos like this. Visit www.manishgoswami.com to join my newsletter, access deep self-work tools, and grow your mindset. And visit www.dapier.com to shop for cool merchandise and trendy fashion. This is Manish Goswami. I'll see you in the next one. And until then, lead with purpose, love with clarity, and never beg to be respected. And never settle for a love that cost you your self-respect.